On the day of your hearing or trial, it's important that you arrive on time.
Most courts have metal detectors and security screening at their doors, so it may take several minutes before you can enter the courthouse. Don't bring any weapons with you when you come to the courthouse.
People should dress into court like they would probably when they're going to something they consider very important. If you are a man in slacks and a long sleeve shirt, if you're a woman in something that's nice, whether it's a pair of slacks or a dress or a skirt, you need to remember that you're wanting people to take you seriously, and so how you dress will affect how people take you. An attorney can be very helpful in a case, especially if it's a complicated case. If you are representing yourself, you are going to be held to the same standards. You have to follow the same laws that everybody else in court does. Lawyers go to law school for 3 years to learn these rules. And so, although the judge will take into account that you're representing yourself, you still have the same legal standards. If you do not know what those standards are and you don't know what the law is, you could be thrown out of court because you're not properly pleading your case, or the outcome can be negative if you do not have an attorney. Here in Travis County, we're very fortunate that we have what we call reference attorneys, which a pro se can make an appointment with and talk to them about specific issues, mainly family law cases, and have a lawyer who they cannot give advice, but at least can guide them in the forms. Not every county in Texas has the opportunity or the resources for reference attorneys, but I would, if you're going to represent yourself, I would go to the law library, if you have a law library, to see, understand exactly what it is that you are getting into. I would recommend that you go to court and you watch other cases to see how they proceed, specifically if you know who the judge is going to be, and if you filed a case or you've been sued in a court and you know who the judge is going to be, see how he or she runs their court. I would talk to the people who can help you, the court clerk. Usually the court clerks will be happy at least to kind of guide you on your way. If the judge has a court administrator or a bailiff, that would be a good person to ask questions. Now, it's important to understand they cannot give you legal advice. They cannot tell you, okay, this is what you need to do, this is how you should run your case, but they can give you procedural advice. In order to file a suit, this is how you need to file it, this is where you need to file it, this is how much it's going to cost to file it, and those kind of things. So my tips for people who are representing themselves that don't have a kind of self-representation, either office or forms, is to talk to as many people as they can in the courtroom. Also, you could go, there's some form books, there's even online some forms, and you need to be very careful because they tend to be general and not necessarily just for Texas and not necessarily the right ones. So you can't just assume because you download something from the internet that that's exactly what you need, but at least it's a good place to start. It is always good to address the court with respect. For example, if you are speaking directly to the judge, you should say Your Honor or Judge, whatever the last name of the judge is. You should always try to speak in a controlled fashion. Sometimes emotions are high, but you should try to not become, angry or speak in a high-pitched voice or agitated.
The way you act in the courtroom should show that you respect the court. Don't talk to other people while court is going on. Don't chew gum, eat or drink anything, or read the newspaper. You should also not bring children to the courtroom unless you've been asked to bring them by the judge or a lawyer, or unless the child is going to be a witness or give information to the judge at the hearing. Also, make sure to turn off cell phones and pagers. When your case is called, take all your paperwork with you. Follow the instructions of the court staff. They will tell you where to sit and where to stand. Always refer to the judge as Your Honor or Judge, and stand when speaking to him or her. Don't interrupt the judge, the other side, or the witnesses unless you're making an objection. You will have a chance to tell your side of the story. Speak slowly and try to stay calm so that you can tell your story clearly. The judge may ask each side to give a brief opening statement. Be ready to give a short summary of your side of the case. Briefly tell the judge exactly what you want and why you should get it. When asking your witnesses questions, start by asking their name, their address, and where they work. Then ask the questions that will bring out the information that they have about your case. When the other side is presenting their case, if you have an objection to testimony or to papers they are presenting to the judge, you must make your objection according to court rules. You have to state the reason for your objection under the appropriate rule of evidence. You have the right to ask questions of the witnesses on the other side after they have been questioned by the other side. This is called cross-examination. Make a list of your questions for these witnesses ahead of time and make sure to cover all the items on your list. The judge will make sure that each side gets the chance to present their story, so don't rush. Show respect for all of the witnesses, even if they testified against you, and try your best to stay calm. Address all comments to the judge unless you're questioning a witness. When you and the other side have presented all the evidence, be ready to give the judge a short final statement about your case. Briefly tell the judge what you want him or her to do. The judge may or may not decide the case at that time.
We hope this video has helped you understand what will happen when you go to court representing yourself. Thank you for watching.